All right, let's check in on our top business story of the day. That is U.S. President Donald Trump taking aim at Canada over trade this weekend, adding that he might even double down on tariffs by hitting our sensitive auto industry. BNN Bloomberg's Jameson Berkow now with more on that. So much name calling. Also, Trump now complaining, that there are too many German cars in America, which reminded me of a time, this is decades ago and going back decades to sort of the 60s, 70s era when people had bumper stickers that said, "Don't buy a rice burner, buy American." Very racist attack on Japanese automakers.
But creating that kind of protectionist vibe and that atmosphere that had a real impact on trade at the time.
Sure.
We are in many ways in the same position, at least culturally now, it would seem, Anne-Marie, because remember when the U.S. president made that now often widely mocked comment about how, wasn't it you folks, you Canadians, who burned down the White House in the War of 1812 when he was, starting to get more antagonized about Canada last week? Well, I saw on Twitter shortly after that someone saying, I was thinking about buying a new car and I was considering an American-made model, but then I remembered how the Americans laid siege to York in 1813. That was meant to be funny, but it was indicative of the state that we're in now. And, it's funny when you say double down, because in many ways, this is quadruple, quintuple down if we see him follow through. Of course, it's anybody's guess whether he actually can discern between the bluster and an actual threat, because I certainly can't. But if you take it as a real threat, the automotive industry, we sell about 5 times as much in terms of volume cars to the U.S. as we do steel and aluminum, and we employ about 5 times as many Canadians in the auto and auto parts manufacturing industries than we do in the industries that produce steel and aluminum, which isn't to say that the steel and aluminum industries aren't incredibly important. They are, but this additional move on trade could have much more dramatic implications on our economy.
Just another example of where politics and the economy are very closely aligned, especially when we're taking a look at these deals. You'll have the rest of that today on BNN Bloomberg. Thanks, Jameson.
My pleasure.